Well, one wonders if Deku Midoriya is on a time limit right now of completely dying, because according to Eraserhead Sensei, once the only reason he can able to move is because of adrenaline or endorphin in his body, whatever it was. And I wonder, when that is over, how much in pain is he going to be? And moreover, the fact is, I'm greatly worried. Don't tell me he's gonna be crippled. Please don't tell me that. But the suspense is high up again. As Eraserhead takes Kota to a safe place, I think, Deku Midoriya tells telepath Pussycat to tell about Kachan. Can't he just call him by his real name? I guess not. Maybe he always calls him by his nickname in order to insult him. And he decides to run to help him. While the flamboyant guy tries to stop him, Spinner saves him because, well, Spinner is a loony fan of Stain, and for some reason he actually knows that Stain told Midora he was a real hero. But that let down his guard, allowing him to be destroyed. On a side note, Tetsu and Kurada, the big hand girl, are jumping into the gas, because the closer they get to it, the masks will not be effective. But they're thinking if they can stop it, they can stop it. But unfortunately, that guy has a gun. Despite the fact that Tetsu can make his skin, well, almost to the point of iron, I still wonder though. He still says that he's human beneath. So yeah, is he gonna die? Who knows? On a side note, it turns out that Chota and Bakuga is fighting a former death row convict who apparently has a very weird quirk, but at the same time been used to fighting. Apparently, he can grow his teeth, but not growing like a new teeth, or like he can use them as tentacles. So he's the reason why he seems to be a death row in convict is because, well, he seems to be a humanitarian. He has a thing for eating meat of humankind. Bakuga, hearing from the telepath on who is who and the students fighting, well, he's a bit frustrated about all this. Of course, I do not like him. He's still so anti. But he's also cannot fight on fully because of the gas. Doing that and his exposing palms, then well, everything will ignite. On a side note, when as Deku Midoriya managed to run into the forest, he suddenly sees a dark shadow and gets saved by Shoshi, the tentacle man, or what was his name? We have actually not seen much of that guy, and I think this is the first time he actually speaks. It turns out it was his arm that was sacrificed to the thief guy, but he can grow new arms, can't he? Or is that a permanent losing one? Well, he wraps Midora into him like a baby pack and reveals that indeed the one who has the shadow of that is Tokoyami. You all recall in the festival what he said, that the brighter the day, the weaker his quirk is, but at the same time he can communicate and control it better. The darker it is, it gets more powerful and harder to control. And unfortunately, the villains attacking triggered the uncontrollable shadow of his, well, doppelganger. It had a name, but I forgot it. And let me tell you, it huge one. It's practically swallowing him, and it's monstrous big. If he had a that big bird before, he could have actually wiped the floor with any kind of villain. But he cannot control him. He warns his friends to stay away from him, seeing that if they get too close to him, he will kill them, because he can't control the shadow. So not only do Midoriya Deku has to save a rival that don't like him, he has to save a friend of another and a teammate from his own quirk. It's basically this one. Simple action, yet still suspense. I am already longing for the next chapter. And it's especially good that they mentioned, Tokoyami mentioned he had not so much control in the darkness, and now we actually see it for the first time that how he can control it. Really creates a suspense, and now for the first time, the Tentacle Man Shoji gets to talk. Are we gonna see more of him? I said it before. Class A holds a lot of potential characters to just want to know more of, but we have to be patient, I guess. So, give me your thoughts if you have any.